Well, good morning. Just wanted to give everybody a quick update. I figured this would be a little bit easier to do this online. Whether you're a Florida Baptist Disaster Relief volunteer or you're with the church here locally, I just kind of wanted to give you an update on where we're at with our hurricane response. I had a conference call last night with Florida Baptist state leadership, and several things came out of it that were of note. And I'll kind of go through a couple of these things really fast so that way everybody's up to date and they kind of know what's going on. The first thing is this: when it comes to people wanting to donate to relief efforts, we just got a bulletin in from FEMA, and it says the most effective way to support disaster survivors in the recovery effort is to donate money. And so, as we hear of people wanting to donate supplies, their statement is please do not donate unsolicited goods such as clothing and miscellaneous household stuff. So, right now, FEMA doesn't have the capacity, and people on the ground don't have the capacity to accept things like clothes, water, food, supplies. They just don't have that set up, the infrastructure set up. And what they're saying is, according to this memo from yesterday, that if they receive those items, they're having to refuse them. And so keep that in mind as we're preparing for this, that the best gift right now is really money. And then when the time comes to be able to go out. A couple things they're saying is that from FEMA, and we heard this last night, is to not self-deploy, to work within an organization. And so as members of Florida Baptist Disaster Relief and of our local churches, one of the things I would encourage you to do is be patient. I know that that's tough whenever we see things going on, disaster happening. But right now, Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas disaster relief are able to handle a lot of what's happening right now. Now, as those storm waters recede, there'll be more need, and as fatigue sets in with the volunteers in the ground, then we'll have a great opportunity to come in and help some more. But what they're asking and what Texas Baptist is asking is for Florida to be on standby, to wait. And so that's going to be what we're doing right now. And it's really hard to see that there's so much devastation happening. But one of the things that was brought up last night is typically if we have one day of rain that causes a flood, it takes 2 days of time for the water to go down so we can go in and start to work. So right now, we had a very long rain thing that had happened, so it's going to take a while for us to be able to go in. If I was to guess, and based off the conversations we had yesterday, Florida Baptist will start the process of going in probably in a couple weeks. I would think in just probably a safe bet is middle of September is when we'll be asked to go down to mobilize. So that may change. That may change tomorrow. But right now, what they're saying is for especially for spiritual care and for other groups that we're kind of in a waiting pattern until we have the need to go and to serve. So just a couple of things that came out from the meeting last night is there's plenty of fuel on I-10. So if we do go, fuel's not a problem. Water is not an issue. FEMA's done a fabulous job with water. And the main thing that was stressed last night in our conference call was that there'll be a time for us to go. But for Florida, that time is not right now. It'll be in a couple weeks. So just want to, again, stress to you, be prepared, be ready, because that may change tomorrow. But as it stands right now, Florida Baptist is in a holding pattern until there is actually a place for us to go and to serve. And so thank you for your commitment to help people in need. I would ask for your continued prayers for those who are on the ground and those who are helping. And also keep your eyes in the tropic. We are right in the middle of hurricane season. We have a storm in the Atlantic that we don't know it could potentially pose a threat. And so keep those things in mind as we kind of figure out our next step as an organization and how our response will be, how we'll be best poised to have an effective response whenever the time comes. Thank you for commitment. If there's something I can do for you, please shoot me an email. And God bless you, and look forward to seeing how God uses us in the near future. Have a good day.